Good afternoon. My name is Daniel Breton. I am the President and CEO of Electric-Mobilité Canada. Last week, just ahead of COP30, the government of Quebec tabled a bill to transfer at least $1.8 billion from the Electrification and Climate Change Fund to the Generations Fund, claiming that the surplus would be reallocated to something else, yet to be determined. Given that Quebec is clearly falling short of its goal to reduce GHG emissions by 37.5% by 2030, the government's decision to slow down climate action is counterproductive. The intended goal of that fund goes as follows. The FECC is a special fund entirely dedicated to the fight against climate change. As such, it aims to support concrete and efficient measures to reduce GHG emissions, adapt to the impacts of climate change, and electrify the economy. What's more, this directly contradicts the economic plan unveiled yesterday, in which the government touts the importance of decarbonizing the economy and advancing the energy transition. In fact, on page 19, we can read that Quebec stands to benefit greatly from replacing imported fossil fuels with locally produced renewable energy. We agree. So why is the government blocking programs and harming workers and businesses that are actively contributing to that very transition? The claim that there are surpluses in the FECC is not credible. Several previously announced programs have been on hold for months because the Treasury Board has prohibited ministers of environment and transport from investing funds in projects and programs that were already announced and should have been implemented long ago. There are therefore no surpluses, only funds deliberately blocked by part of the government. Let me give you two examples of those blocked funds by the government. The Eco-Camionnage program, paused in September of 2024. In June of 2025, the government announced its return with a $415 million envelope over 5 years. Yet, 5 months later, workers and businesses eagerly awaiting its return are growing discouraged due to the unnecessarily uncertainty created by the Quebec government at a time when workers and businesses are already affected by the uncertainty from the Trump administration. For example, workers at PACCAR, 300 of whom recently lost their jobs due to US tariffs, could greatly benefit from this program to manufacture electric trucks in Quebec. Another example is the Quebec strategy for its EV charging. A significant proportion of the $514 million earmarked for charging infrastructure has been blocked, including the 2025 DCFC3 project call and the program for heavy-duty EV charging. Of note, the Minister of Finance had justified the reduction in EV rebates by stating that these funds will now go towards charging stations. Last but not least, it's important to highlight that the government's support for critical minerals completely overlooks their recycling, even though this must be an integral part of any comprehensive plan. Keep in mind that as of now, more than 450,000 electric vehicles are already on Quebec's roads, and it's projected that there will be at least 1.5 million by 2030. If the government of Quebec abandons the file of recycling, which is held by lithium, which is in trouble right now, it would mean that at least 40,000 tons of critical minerals would be transferred to the US, meaning that we will lose millions and millions and millions of dollars in value for these critical minerals. We think that this is completely incoherent in supporting critical minerals from Quebec. Thank you very much.